Good morning and welcome back to Minus the Gym. I hope you're having a great day so far, and I hope it's nice and early, because if it's early in the day, I'm about to just do a quick 10-minute shoulder routine that really opens the shoulders, all right? And if you're having tightness in the shoulders, rounded forward shoulders, this routine is really gonna help you open those shoulders and have better posture throughout the day. So follow along with me, all right? What we're gonna do is a quick 3-step approach here where we release, activate, and strengthen. And what that means is we're going to release our tight internal rotators. So the pecs, the lats, the subscapularis, all right, we're going to stretch those and then follow that up by activating the external rotators and then doing some strengthening exercises for them. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump into the routine. Okay, really quick before we start, just a couple things I want to mention. First, it helps to have a soft surface because you're going to be doing a lot of kneeling. So if you have a yoga mat, that's ideal, but if not, just use like a rug, or you can even put down a towel or something. And if you have an exercise ball, that is going to be helpful as well. But don't worry, if you don't have an exercise ball, I will explain how to work around that. Oh, and one quick channel announcement before we start the routine. I just want to mention that YouTube now has something called Shorts. These are like really short 1-minute videos that we can create and put out there. And with my busy schedule, I have trouble making more than one full-length video per week. So I'm thinking I'm going to take a stab at Shorts, right? I can share tidbits of advice, form cues, recipes, and things like that. So keep an eye on the channel. I'll be making some really short, helpful videos soon, and I'll see how it goes. All right, let's get started with the routine. I'm going to switch to voiceovers.
Okay, so start out by grabbing your Swiss ball. And if you don't have a Swiss ball, you can just use a couch or an ottoman or coffee table. And what we're going to do here is we're going to fully extend the arms in a kneeling position with our thumbs pointing up. And we want to gradually sink into this position, driving the hips back, allowing our head and our torso to sink down between the arms. And we will hold this kneeling lat stretch for a minute. So just relax here. Remember to inhale through the nostrils and exhale through your mouth. And every time I exhale, I like to focus on sinking just a little bit deeper into the stretch. And this applies to every stretch that I do. So just keep on holding this stretch as I talk. And I want to mention that the reason why we have our thumbs pointing up and we want our hips kind of extending back, kind of driving backwards, is because that's going to maximize the distance between the origin and insertion of the lats. All right, it's going to help deepen the stretch. And we have just about 8 seconds coming up here left. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now go ahead and come out of that stretch. Okay, so we've released our lats. Now I'm going to set the timer again, and we're going to release our pecs in the chest. And to do that, you want to kneel next to your ball or ottoman or couch or whatever it is. Bend the elbow at about 90 degrees and just lay your forearm over the ball. Okay, so here I'm going to place my arm on the ball. And again, just let gravity do the work for you as you kind of are in this prone position facing the floor. Your opposite hand is on the ground, and let your torso sink. Now we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Okay, you should feel this in the pec major, which is the largest part of the pectorals on the front of your chest and the right side of your chest, because we're stretching the right side right now. And if you're extra tight here, you might feel it in the anterior deltoids, you might feel it in the lats. I've shared this stretch in a standing position in doorways before on my channel, so it might be kind of familiar. And already the 30 seconds is up, so let's switch sides now. I'm going to switch to the other side of the ball here, and I'm going to check that I'm in frame, reset my timer, and there goes my left arm. All right, so left arm bent at 90 degrees over the ball, and then go ahead and get in that prone position and let gravity do the work. And I want to take a moment to mention that some people, they put down static stretching. They mention PNF and all these other methods of stretching, and yes, those are all great, but I've actually found that just a little bit of static stretching like this, even just one set in the morning and one set in the evening, can actually make a big difference, especially when you're really tight in a certain area. Okay, so we're just going to finish up this stretch of the left pec major here. We have about 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are done. And now what I want you to do is sit on your Swiss ball or couch or ottoman or coffee table and lay on it so your upper back and head are resting comfortably on the ball. Now from here, raise the arms up so they're abducted to the sides and bent 90 degrees at the elbows, like this, with your forearms vertical. And then very slowly rotate at the shoulders, letting your hands come down and back. Try to lower them down till they feel like they're at the height of your shoulders, all right? But don't force it here, just let gravity do its thing. You should feel gravity pulling down here, and this is stretching your subscapularis. Now we're gonna hold this for a solid minute. So get nice and comfortable in this subscapularis stretch, and while we're here, I'm going to mention that the subscapularis is a unique muscle. It's one of the 4 rotator cuff muscles, but it's the only rotator cuff muscle that's actually on the anterior side of your shoulder blades. And its primary responsibility is the internal rotation of the humerus, which is your upper arm bone. So the main role of this muscle is to internally rotate your arm, and if you have rounded forward shoulders, it's a very safe bet that you have a tight subscapularis. So spend a lot of time in this stretch. Don't be afraid to do it periodically throughout the day if you need to. Now, if you have some small weights, just like little 2.5 pound weights or 1 kilogram each, you can go ahead and hold them to help deepen the stretch, right? Just don't go too heavy because then it won't be safe. And here we have about 10 seconds left. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come out of this stretch by rolling up your ball. And let's get into a standing position. And now we're going to get the hips involved. Get into a deep squat here. All right. And get ready for some what's called deep ape reach and standing ape reach. So exhale and reach forward in your deep squat. And then as you inhale, go ahead and come up on your tippy toes and reach your arms out to the sides with your palms facing up. That's standing ape reach. And then as you exhale again, come down to the deep squat, reaching forward to deep ape reach. And then come up to standing ape reach on the inhale. And we'll do 10 reps total. So as you exhale, come back down to deep ape reach. And then inhale, come up to standing ape reach. And then exhale down to deep ape reach. And as you inhale, come up to standing ape reach. When you're at the top position here, drive those arms back. Really feel the external rotators activating at the top of standing ape reach. So up we go, back to standing ape reach. And exhale down to deep ape reach. And we're halfway there now. So as you inhale, come up to standing ape reach. And exhale down to deep ape reach. Inhale up, standing ape reach, and exhale down to deep ape reach. By now you should be feeling it probably in the hips quite a bit. Inhale up, standing ape reach. Exhale down to deep ape reach. Just 2 more reps to go. You've got this. Inhale up, standing ape reach. Squeeze that upper back. And exhale down to deep ape reach. Last rep, here we go. Inhale up, standing ape reach, and exhale down. And we are done, at least with the ape reach. Now what we're going to do is lie prone. That means face down on our mat or rug. And what you want to do is press off just till your chest is off the ground. And from this position, you want to extend the arms back. Thumbs should be pointing up, backs of your hands facing backwards into what's called prone cobra. And we're going to hold this for a solid minute. All right, and you're really going to feel it activating your external rotators of the shoulders. This is your posterior deltoid, your infraspinatus, teres minor. Okay, all these muscles, you may not know specifically which ones, but they're along the back side of your shoulder and the upper back. As you hold this, remember it's important to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and all the stretches and the isometric exercises, we want to maintain proper breathing, right? We want to make sure we're breathing in general. Some people have a tendency to hold their breath, so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're getting oxygen to the muscles. So keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and you're already almost done, believe it or not. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can come out of it. And go ahead and come up. We're going to get into a sitting position on our mat now. And I'm just resetting the timer on my phone there, but you're going to extend your legs out in front of you like this in a sitting position. Place the hands right next to your hips, okay? So right next to your butt there, and then you're going to drive down into the ground, pressing hard to lift your butt off the floor. All right, so here we go. We are up. We are in an assisted L-sit position, and we're going to hold this for a minute. As always, remember to maintain proper breathing. This is one of the harder isometric holds that we'll be doing in this routine. So remember to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You're pressing hard down into the ground to depress your scapula. This means that your head should be way up away from your shoulders, right? When you press down into the ground and hold this, you're holding your head as far away from your shoulders as you can. And believe it or not, this is one of the few exercises that activates all 4 rotator cuff muscles simultaneously. So this is a great exercise in general for the shoulders, but especially for this routine where we want to activate and strengthen those rotator cuff muscles. And now keep going. All right, we're coming up on getting there. This is probably starting to get quite challenging. If you need to stop, you can. We have 10 seconds left though. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down to the floor. We are done with that hold, and we're going to stay in this position, and we're just going to shake it out for a second here. So you can see I'm resetting the timer on my phone, just kind of moving my arms around, taking a couple deep breaths. And now we're going to do press-ups. These are essentially lower trap dips on the floor. So you press up to get your butt off the floor, lower down. That's 1 rep. And now press down, raise up, that's 2 reps, and lower back down to the floor. Press up, feel your head come up way above your shoulders, and lower down, rep 3. Press up, and lower down, 4. Pressing up again, this is rep 5, and lowering back to the floor. Strengthening is what we're doing here. Press up, 6, lower your butt back down to the floor. Press up, 7, lower back down to the floor. You should be feeling it now. Press up, 8, hold it for a second, lower back down to the floor. Press up, and lower back down to the floor. Let's get one more. Up, hold it, and down you go. All right, and now with no time to waste, we're going to get into our last exercise by getting into a straight arm plank position. So this would be prone on your mat or rug or whatever it might be, on your hands and toes like you're going to do a push-up. What you're going to do is let your shoulder blades retract and come together, and then press to protract them. We're going to do scapular push ups. That's 1 rep, and 2. Retract down, and protract 3. Notice that my elbows are locked out. Retract down, protract 4 reps. Retract down, protract up 5. Retract, protract 6. Retract, protract 7. 3 more to go. Retract, protract 8. Retract down, protract 9. And last rep, retract and protract 10. We are done. Internal rotators have been released, external rotators activated and strengthened.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. For those of you wondering, if you're struggling with some of these strengthening exercises in this routine, especially the L-sit ones, then I would start with maybe 3 mornings a week, 4 tops. And as you build the strength and those strengthening exercises get easier, then you can increase this to a frequency of 7 mornings a week, right? Every morning that you wake up, just do this quick routine. It's going to help, like I mentioned, it's going to help release those tight internal rotators and activate those external rotators, lining you up for a good day of shoulder posture. And if you're really struggling with your shoulder posture, you might want to look into a posture corrector. This is something you can wear. It's kind of like the straps on a backpack. And you can wear it over your shirt or under your shirt. But what it does is when you wear it correctly, it forces you into good shoulder posture with those shoulders tucked down and back. All right. So if you're struggling a lot with rounded forward shoulders, do this routine, get a shoulder a posture corrector. They're really not that expensive. And, Pay attention to your posture throughout the day. It makes a big difference if you're just mindful of it. By the way, this was my first follow-along video, so please let me know in the comments down below what you thought. You know, I'm open to feedback. Did you enjoy it? Should I do more like this? What kind of routines do you want to see? Let me know. I love hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Talk to you then.